world where our most cherished landmarks are under pressure, we must ask whether the solution is to build worse or build better systems. So today, as a we believe that that significantly limiting visitor numbers is a blunt, destructive tool that ignores the heartbeat of local economies and the families who depend on every traveler for their own survival. So we believe that the challenges for tourism are not a signal to exclude the world, but a call to innovate and manage our shared heritage without destroying the livelihoods of those who call these destinations home. Right. So, first of all, to further expand our use cases. So, the first point about the contention centers are the survival of the local families and workers were the true backbone of these
Còn cái gì bắt
destinations.
buộc mày là
So
bạn nói
here,
gần quá là cũng không chuẩn bị luôn.
so we address the real problem of economic sustainability. Like the massive problem of poverty and unemployment remains. Like our plan uh doesn't just help the local workers; it will helps the global community. Helps the global community by preventing unfair gatekeeping and ensuring tourism remains an accessible bridge for cultural exchange rather than a luxury for the elite. So what does it mean? This creates a chain reaction of good results where development and investment are used to build better infrastructure for everyone, whereas the other sides like they misses this big picture and only offers a the punishes the poor. Proving why ultimately one. Let's break this debate down into three major classes. So the first class is about the logical foundation of preservation, right? So they argues that shutting the gates will automatically save our landmarks, but yeah, there are cases, collapse because they fail to prove the incentive for local communities to stay invest. They assume that people will simply accept a lower income for the sake of the environment for the tourism equality, but they didn't provide any mechanism to show how a community losing its livelihood will find the resources to maintain its site. So their argument is absolutely false, but in this case, because it ignores the reality that poverty is the primary driver of site neglect and illegal exploitation. So our site have already proved to you how the world actually works. Like tourism provides the direct financial incentive and the global attention needed to keep these places safe. So even if we grant them that fewer footsteps reduce immediate wear, their win is hollow. Judge, their win is hollow because they lose the funding required to repair structures or pay security. A proven mechanism of economic interest. They always win over a hopeful guess about voluntary conservation. So we want this clash. And the second clash is what the system impact on global equity. So, the government bench claimed that restricting visitor numbers creates a benefit of environmental rest, but they failed to prove why this Morgan is worth the total destruction of economic dignity. They're like capping visitors, they turning or shared heritage into an elite playground, destroying the stability or of the families who depend on open doors, who depend on tourism to get a better financial income. Even if the world is quieter, it is a world where only the wealthy are allowed to learn from history, while the local population is pushed back into hardship. So our case is better because it protects the rights of every single human, every single individual to witness the world, to witness the past, to witness the history. So when we weigh this, our impact is actually pretty much and I mean long term because it prevents the creation of a global ivory tower, while the other side creates a more divided and unequal world in the long run, or discrimination. So they lose this clash. And the third clash is about the quality and the meaning of the tourist experience, or like the third speaker, like the whip of the other team already asked us to do. So yeah. She already asked us. She already asked us what does the economy do? So here, economy is the livelihood. Cutting tourist doesn't fix a ruined life. It removes the only tool that family has to rebuild it. So here we deal with this by investing in infrastructure and management that makes tourism work for the locals, works for everyone, not just the wealthy. And obviously, they claim that less more claiming that restriction crowds leads to a more memorable, high quality trip. However, as I mentioned before, only wealthy experience this, so it might reduce. So the normal people cannot